Welcome back to the Masters of Recon podcast, your top automotive refinishing podcast with your hosts, Corey Kleinfeld
and Ryan Brewer. Enjoy the show, everyone.
Welcome back to the Masters of Recon podcast. Today on the podcast, it is Ryan and myself, and we are going to talk about some of the new RestorFX updates from the CRM system, the follow-up to all of the new products that they released, and how to upsell RestorFX to your current customers. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, buddy?
Chilling at the lake house, I see.
Yeah, finally.
Rough life.
4th of July weekend.
That's the weekend before.
I know. I came up.
You're there 5 days early.
Well, I came up last Friday, and I was like, I'll just stay here for the week.
Nice. Pays to have employees working for you, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's awesome. I'm sure how much are you working like during the day? Just feel
I mean, a lot now, just because we lost quite a few guys in RestorFX and the dent stuff the first of the year. So I'm like in there. We have a lot of hail work in, so I'm back there again doing it all as usual.
Well, I mean, when you're like kind of like on a vacation type of thing, how much are you working?
Not so much. It's hard to work out here just because I'm like a crazy addict at fishing. So like me not being on the water is like, it drives me nuts. So as soon as I get off the podcast, I'm going to get on the boat and hopefully catch dinner.
That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So you're not fully removed from work, but trying to be. So that's good.
No, I mean, we talk about that. I think me and my father-in-law talk about that a lot. He works from home, so he's up here most of the time. He works Monday through Friday, or kind of when he wants. Yeah. And we're like, I don't know, like, we're both sitting around here for the past couple of days, and we're just like, we had some stuff to piddle around with and do, but we're like, dude, there's no way I could just physically stop working.
Yeah, right.
So like, kind of growing the business and doing those things is kind of what we strive to do. It's kind of the end goal. So we're always working, whether we're physically doing something or we're mentally
talking
just
about
like
the future.
Preparing for what we're going to be doing next, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you didn't have other stuff pulling you away and keeping you busy, I mean, I'm not a big fisherman, but it just like anything in life, eventually 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, you can only fish so much. I mean, you got to do something else too, I'd imagine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some guys are like, I'll fish 40 hours a week.
I would be a professional fisherman and fish every day if I could, but not there yet.
All right. Fair enough. I met a guy who was a professional bass fisherman, one of my buddies. Sounds like a pretty cool life for him.
It's actually rough, dude. Like, I mean, when I'm here, I wake up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Every day. And I'm like wore out by the third or fourth day. I'm like, dude, I'm just wore out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's like any like athlete where it's just like, looks amazing on the outside, but the amount of like time they put in on stuff has just got to be absurd. I'm sure. Yeah.
It's the same. I saw a quote the other day talking about small business owners. People will never understand like the stress that we go through. It would kill like a normal person. You know what I mean? Like they would just explode.
Yeah. Yeah. My new hire mentioned to me, because it's like, I don't have like a particular role necessarily right now. I'm not just like, I don't just come in and like fix dents and like chat or whatever. I'm just like, sometimes I'll fix dents. Sometimes I'll help with RestorFX. I'm doing sales. I'm answering phone. So he's like, he's worked for me for like, I think fourth week now. And then I was like, hey, I'm heading out. I got to go. I'm going to make some sales calls on the way and then do a podcast. He's like, damn, I don't know how you do it. You're always doing something else, which is like, I talked about this on a podcast early on with when I was doing the PDR coach, and multitasking is not a real thing. People say they can multitask, but it's just not true. But one of my podcasts, I've made a point of talking about how quickly you can transition from one thing to another. And I think that's more important than multitasking, because I can go from PDR tech to RestorFX tech to business owner to salesman to podcast host, and I can switch. Some people can't do that. Like, it's like they have to like, I don't know, like they can't just like switch immediately into another role. They have to like have some downtime, or it takes 20 minutes to like get in the right mindset or whatever. And I think that's the difference maker for business owners, is you can just go from one role to like within seconds, like on the phone, back to the PDR tech, back and forth. And that's the hardest part. I think that's the superpower.
I'll tell you, like, I'm sure we have some dent guys that listen to this podcast, and it's like, I'll tell you the biggest thing I struggle with is being on a car, like whether it's a hail car or a big smash, door dings are different, right? We fix those things. It's kind of
It's
like just
doesn't matter.
whatever. Like you're on a big smash or a hail car and you're pushing on that thing all day, most of the day. And then you have to transition into a business owner at the end of the day. For most people, I know I try. And it's like I struggle with it because I'm mentally wore out and I'm physically wore out.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm just like I feel crappy at the end of the day. So it's like, if you're going to own a successful business that you're not going to be working in and you're going to be working on it, like we just have to get out of that transition of physically working so you can put all your effort. Same thing you're talking about with multitasking. It's fake. Like if you're multitasking, then you're not able to put 100% of your effort into either one of those things that you're multitasking.
Right.
So like something's going to get neglected. You know what I mean? So. I think you put it in a great perspective. Like being able to transition from one thing to the next is probably it's more important than multitasking for sure.
Yeah, it is because multitasking is fake. Transitioning isn't. That's
Or,
all I'm saying.
yes. Yeah.
That's all I'm
That's it.
saying.
Point blank.
I would say the only catch to that is like you can push a den out and talk on the phone at the same time.
Yeah.
They're just neither of them are just 100%. Although
Right.
you can get away with the PDR, but you're not going to be fully engaged with the customer unless you put the tool down. And so, I would say you can do something with your hands and your brain at the same time, but it's still just not 100% on each. But
Yep.
anyway, so we've talked a lot about adding services to businesses, why it's important, what service you should choose, and we talk about RestorFX a lot about being a great service to add, and they continue to impress me on the front of just making it kind of a business in a box. They're getting closer and closer to that every day to like have it be just set, ready, and go. And we heard just literally 30 minutes before we hit record on this podcast that they have their new integrated CRM system. And this is coming. Like I think our last podcast, or 2 podcasts ago with Mobile Tech RX is like integrating Mobile Tech RX with Go High Level CRM. And now less than 30 days later, RestorFX has hired somebody. They got people on staff, everything to like write these programs, use AI, create all these campaigns to integrate the CRM system with Go High Level. I mean, it's happening.
It's crazy how they've been able to adapt the technology so fast where it's like I think they put the RestorFX stuff on a pedestal. Like it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that they don't R&D and keep trying to work into a
better
product, right? But keeping up with technology and like how fast has AI like came into the scene, and now they're incorporating all that, the CRM, AI campaigns, all the stuff. It's amazing that they see the direction that they should be going in, and they're working pretty quick on it.
Yeah, I mean that's super important. And I mean, for all the guys that have listened to us for a year or 2 or 3 or whatever, about talking about CRM systems and integrating everything, it's hard to actually do that yourself. Like there's a lot of additional work, like we talked about. If you're pushing dents all day, to come home and like learn how it all, even though you don't have to build the CRM system yourself, you still got to learn how to use it, how it works, its change, it's all those things.
The most important thing, we're just talking about multitasking. Like, have you ever tried pushing a dent, or even if you were restoring a car, like in the motion of doing the service, and then like you're trying to make a video at the same time, the video's shitty. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So like that multitasking those 2 situations is a nightmare. Not to say I don't recommend doing it. Some people may be good at it, but like RestorFX takes care of that as well. Whenever you hop on with the marketing program,
the marketing program,
they have their own videos, they do all the stuff. So like it just gives you that peace of mind to where you and your team can work on what you're doing. So you don't have to multitask. A lot of us have multitasked because we've had to. Now the options are out there now, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, that was my point, is that like it's hard to do all that stuff yourself, but when you sign up for a company like RestorFX that is constantly doing that on the back end, and you can just say, I'll trade $1,000 a month for all of these qualified leads. And the numbers that they're giving right now, this is happening in like pretty much in real time. I'm on the WhatsApp chat right now. But they're talking about turning with the $1,000 marketing spend, they're talking about having 600 leads a month.
Wow.
Qualified leads. So 600 leads, 200 qualified leads. So 10 qualified leads a day. So that is pretty crazy.
That's getting into like the wholesale numbers,
Right. Yeah. But except for obviously we're double the cost for retail.
Right.
So,
Right. I'm talking about amount of cars in shop, right?
yeah, for sure. For sure.
So if you could get a fraction of that into your shop, it's worth it. It's all worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to spend $1,000 a month, roughly, I think it's a little more than that because you got to pay for the CRM system or whatever. $1,000 a month, you get two cars a week at an average of $1,000 for a retail car. That's 8,000. You spend 1,000, you make 8,000 at 8 times. And we did the breakdown right before the call about, it's a 65% profit margin, depending on what you're paying your guys. So, I mean, if you can, and it's all trackable stuff. So if you can pay the 1,000 and you get $8,000 to $10,000 back for 3 months, then next month pay 2,000. And if you can get, $16,000 to $20,000 a month, keep upping it. That's how businesses grow. That's how business actually works. You track those numbers, you turn up the marketing spend until that doesn't continually operate at that. Like you can't, just because you can spend 1,000 and make 10,000 doesn't mean you can spend 100,000 and make 1,000,000. But there is a point to where you can keep spending money to make money. That's what it comes down to. Right?
Yep. It is right. It's like e-commerce sites, like those guys.
Exactly. For real.
They just spend like a massive amount of money on marketing because they're selling a product, not a service. But you can see physically how the marketing works for them. Like,
yeah,
I got these guys I used to work with. They're actually the ones that do the marketing for e-commerce sites. And some of these cats are spending, $250,000 a month on an e-commerce site, and but the numbers they're bringing in are crazy.
Yeah, with the drop ship situation, it's always been definitely a little bit harder to do that on the service-based side because you got to fulfill it. You can't just put it in a box. Can't put it in a box and ship it. You got to actually spend 6 hours touching a car. Someone does.
I hope technology gets to where we just pull a car in a box or some shit and pull it out and it's done.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Like
just fanciful.
Yeah, I went way off, and it'll never happen. But how sick would that be? Right.
Well, I posted on my Facebook the other day that Tesla's delivering cars now from their Gigafactory in Texas to customers' houses. They buy them. Yeah, they buy them. Online. Tesla, the car drives itself to the customer's house, and then the exchange.
I know they just signed a big deal with Waymo, which is the driverless like Ubers and stuff. Which is so if you have Tesla stock, it just went up.
Yeah, like a lot. So the interesting thing I posted on my Facebook, I'm like, we're probably not that far away. There's the legality of it, but we're not that far away from like a customer reaching out and wanting a dent fixed on their Tesla, and then they just send it to my shop, and then I call them. I'm being serious.
I know.
And then I call them for payment and then send the car back to them, and they're at work or at home, and it's just like drives itself. Like that's not that far away. And it's like the Waymo thing, but like if they make it so that you can have driverless cars as the tax. Well, so Tesla already is implementing driverless taxis, right? In Texas, apparently. So it's like Waymo. They drive themselves around or whatever. But like, combine that with like an Uber Turo type of thing where you can you could drive yourself to work and then have your car taxi people around all day, your Tesla, and then have it come pick you up. Like
you're making money while you're working.
Well, Tesla. Yeah. And then so
That's awesome.
It's like, oh, buy a Tesla Model Y and like your payment's $600 a month, but also it will make you all this money every day.
That's wild.
Like that's like next year.
That's actually the smartest thing Elon Musk could have done.
I know. And then he's like, just buy it. Like, why would you buy any other car?
That's the way if that's the way he's positioning, Tesla, it's like, have you ever bought a car and saw like
and made money?
Yeah, like projected revenue from on the window it says projected revenue. Monthly car note, projected revenue. That's crazy.
How much you could make per day if you set it up on Uber or whatever, fucking Tesla Uber, Tesla rentals or whatever they did. Like you already got the Tesla app, so inside the Tesla app, just be like turn on fucking make money mode, and then it'll just leave and just. Dude,
that's crazy.
It's like a joke, but it's not a joke. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like you got to get past the legalities of it, but like if they're already delivering from the Gigafactory to the house, like there's some legal, like it's happening. And Waymo's been driving in San Francisco for like 5+ years. They've been out there forever.
Yeah.
So it's not that far away.
That's sweet.
Anyways, super side note. I don't even know how we got on that,
Yeah.
but yeah, it would be great to be able to have cars just come to your shop, fix them, take payment, and then
Yeah.
send it off back to the owner. That'd be
That'd be
wild,
sweet.
wild times. So anyways, yeah, we beat a dead horse on the CRM system. Like I feel like we talk about it every episode, but man, if you're not changing your business technologically wise, you will be left behind. You will be gone in a matter of time, and it will happen fast because the technology changed really fast, and I don't know how else to say it, dude. It's
Yeah.
coming for sure. Is that negative?
No,
Maybe.
no. It's like it's the truth, like the truth hurts.
Yeah,
So,
fair enough. Yeah,
but if you're listening to this, and I'm pretty sure you're up to technology at least. So
maybe. Yeah.
hopefully.
So I think the last episode of the episode before we did with Mobile Tech RX was releasing all of their new product line. So go online, all kinds of DIY products everywhere. Which one do you tell your customers to use? My typical thing is like, oh, like how do I take care of this? How do I do that? I'm like, oh, you just go on,
Yeah.
pick a DIY site, Griot's Garage, Detail, like friggin' there's
Yeah.
thousands of them.
Or like the
I'm like,
restore is indestructible. Just use whatever you want.
yeah, like it
Right.
just bring it back in 3 or 4 years and they'll just do it again. It's fine. But now we have a product that is at least comparable. A lot of the products are comparable and or better. Not every product is as good or better than every other product, but we have a lot of products that we can sell comfortably to customers, knowing that we're selling them a good product and say, hey, here's how you take care of your car. I have not done all the testing on everything, unfortunately, because I am lazy, I guess. But you have. So tell me
Yes.
your thoughts on what are you thinking with all the new
Well,
products?
I'm super happy that we get to tell the customers that they can come to us and buy the product
Yeah.
now. It just makes it look more professional. So I'm glad that they revamped that product line. There's like really two that stand out for us that's really easy for us to sell. But then with these two, if they buy these two, it's like the hook, right? Because then they're just going to buy everything else because it's just like you have to have all these different things. So I'll just start like if you're going to sell a Restore Effects, we now tell the customer like if you bought this Restore Effects, the car is going to look phenomenal when you pick it up. It's really we sell this on the day they pick up because they're already ecstatic about their car and how it looks so good. And
And they're
we
like, how do I keep it like this, right? I don't ever want it to change.
right, and we had a lot of problem with water spotting because people just don't understand. Like they think that they could just go out there because the
Do
car's
whatever they want.
hydrophobic
Yeah. Yeah.
and they could just squirt it with a hose. Like it
Yeah.
just and the water spots were happening. I
Yeah.
mean, it was a big issue for us for a while. So the Maintain Cleanse is a product that you can put. I recommend to put it in a foam cannon. You foam the car with it and then rinse it, and like the water just like sheets off. Like there's really barely anything to dry except for the water that stays in the cracks. So for Restore Effect Buy, that's the wash that we sell to pretty much every customer that comes in and gets a retail Restore Effects done. If
Hmm.
they get the Restore Effects in the ceramic, it's called Maintain Preserve. That is one that's going to have a pH neutral. And then it's got a ceramic booster on it. So it's going to do the same thing as the maintenance cleanse, but it's going to add that booster into it to keep it hydrophobic. And the Maintain Cleanse, I'm not saying that you can't use the preserve if you don't have ceramic coating because we've tested both products. And you can use both. But if you have a customer that's complaining about water spotting because they might be washing it outside with we have really hard water where we're at.
Yep.
And we're in next to rural areas, so if they have like a water well or some shit, it's gonna water spot. So the Maintain Cleanse is gonna help that for sure. Because it just sheets off, the water sheets off. It's great.
Yeah.
Dude, like the number one thing that we've sold and we've had customers calling us back and they were like, dude, this shit is unbelievable, is the Maintain Quick Preserve. It's like a quick detail spray. This is for like in between washes, where you can just spray this stuff on a microfiber, wipe it on the car. It smells phenomenal. And dude, I have it on my car and I came up here to the lake house, got it super dirty, and then drove home in the rain. And then by the time I got back home, it was like my car was clean again, and I didn't wash it. Like this stuff stayed. It's been hydrophobic for probably about a month now. I haven't reapplied it, and it's still hydrophobic. So I'm not going to say I don't know how long it lasts. I could just tell you that I know it lasts at least a month, and we're still hydrophobic. So it's like that is a phenomenal, and you could sell that whether you do just the Restore effects or you're doing a ceramic on top of the Restore stuff, or you're just doing ceramic. Some people are probably still just doing a quick polish and ceramic. Dude, you should not let the customer leave the front door without at least those two products. If they're going to be washing their car, they're going to have to use the tire dress. The rim cleans, it's like a normal product. It's not going to be something that's going to blow your socks off, but it is still in the arsenal that you would want to sell. We have the maintain dress, which is going to be the interior dressing. I really like that one. It's all the stuff smells good, so that sells for sure. The trim dress is the same trim that we've been using for years. I love it. The only thing I'm going to say and warn everybody about, I think we may have talked about this last time Ryan K was on, and we're really starting to see it now. If you're doing any type of paint work or you have anybody around your area doing paint work, like I would not use this at all. You're gonna fisheye every single
Which
car.
one is it? The trim dressing?
Trim dress, dude.
Even RestorFX or just paintwork?
So that's the problem I'm trying to pinpoint right now. Okay. Is like I don't understand if like we're spraying a car with spray on clear coat. If fisheyes so bad, it's unbelievable.
Because there's like something like there's something floating around in the air, I guess.
Yes, we have a climate controlled shop, so silicone it gets airborne, even though it's like a physical product. The silicone is getting airborne. It's getting in our AC system, and then it's just getting dumped on everything.
It's just getting circulated through or something.
It's getting circulated in there, and it fish-eyed these cars. And we have a guy that we moved probably 300 feet into the building next to us, and he's having fish-eye problems from us using this product.
Wait, which one is this product? The trim dressing.
The trim dress. It's like a freaking, but it's phenomenal. Like it's great. I would definitely sell it to your customer for sure, but
don't use it.
Just be very weary about using it in the shop. The problem is it works really good for the wholesale stuff. Like when we bring it back to the dealership, they're like, dude, the plastics look good, all the stuff. So for us, we're trying to figure out something else to use for trim dress that isn't gonna, because we're doing paint work now, add multiple services, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just be weary about that, because once you contaminate something and you're getting fisheye in your paint work, dude, it's there's almost no coming back.
Yeah, strip it and redo it. I mean, it's like the only option.
Yeah, like you can't strip it. You gotta sand it down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, not strip it. Yeah, like
I don't
actually
understand how it's not fisheyeing the RestorFX unless it's doing it on like a very microscopic level where we can't see it. I'm not sure.
Interesting, because hand applied versus aerosoling, I guess. I mean, that's something to do with that.
Yep.
Fascinating. So good to know. Good to know.
They also have the Pro line, which is going to be strictly for stuff that we use at the shop. We dove into this and we got obviously they came up with the new compounds, which would be the maintain cut, maintain finish. Maintain cut's really good. We've been doing some paint correction on high end stuff with it, and we like it. The finish is probably going to be the same as it was before. Still good.
Yeah.
Man, the tire dressing, this shit is amazing. It's
like shine it up without flinging stuff all over the car.
Yeah,
is
dude.
That fair way to say it? I mean, basically
100%. And it lasts. It's still. I only applied it once. At the same time, we really detailed my car about a month ago, a little over a month now, and the tires look like it's got tire shine on it, and you could touch it all you want with your hand, dude. It doesn't leave that nasty grime on.
Yeah, nice.
So we've actually added that to a service to upsell to customers because we've had quite a few come in and they're kind of tired of it. They're like, man, what tire dressing do you use? I'm tired of using the stuff that slings all over my car.
Yeah.
So we tell them like, look, man, this is a professional product. We can't sell this stuff to the consumer. So we're charging them like $150 plus tax to apply this stuff, and it takes the guys like literally, I don't know, 5 minutes to apply it.
Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's good. There's a
So
lot. There's a lot of small. I mean, there's a lot of small ways to make money, a lot of money like that for sure.
yeah, I mean, you start pumping a bunch of cars. Like if you start doing multi-service shops where you're gonna obviously have more customers coming through the door. So
Mm.
$150 when we're talking about tickets that are 2,000 and 1,000 doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're working
Dollar per
on
hour though.
30 cars, 30 plus cars a week, it adds up for sure.
Yeah.
And then you could sell this wholesale as well. We are in contact talking to a few dealers on.
You mean you can sell the products wholesale?
We have the right to be able to sell the stuff wholesale, to be able to sell it to their detail department, or you can hire a guy to go out there and just tire dress cars, to be honest.
That's true.
He'll do it. It'd be like a touch-up guy, but I'd be doing tire shine and plastic, right?
Mobile.
Trim stuff. Yeah, you can just hire a guy, go do it, and then maybe turn him into a salesman to like sell RestorFX while he's there. A little pushing.
Yeah, a lot of options for sure. And I mean, selling on a retail basis too, like having the products displayed on a shelf ready to sell. What are you selling them for? Basically 100% markup?
Yeah, exactly 100%.
Which is normal. I mean, wholesale, you get it, you pay $20 for it, you sell it for 40. Which is, I mean, $20 doesn't seem like a lot for one product, but if you can sell, the box, like, hey, I want all, what are there, eight items?
For
right? For like the DIY set, I think it's 8, maybe 9.
Yes.
But if you make $20 ish on each one, I mean, that's $160 for bringing someone up. Not bad.
7.
There's 7.
Yeah, and like you can do another thing too. You can sell. We're looking at padding in the detail kit to where like you automatically get this kit, but obviously the prices of RestorFX are going to go up. It's not like they're getting it for free. It just sounds like they're getting it for free.
That's what I mentioned last time.
I think I got that from you.
Yeah, I noticed that when we were doing touch up for customers, we would charge $75 to $100 to do basic touch up. But then I started buying like $1 bottles on Amazon, just like tiny little touch up bottles. They're like an ounce, I think, and with a little touch up pen. And then I put a Dent Pro sticker around it, so it looks like a little thing. And I tell people like, oh, we charge $75. And I'm like, oh, but we give you the touch up so you can take it in with you. It's like when they get something, it feels like it makes a significant difference. Like you can go, like this is a very common strategy. Like you go to a baseball game and the tickets are like 60, 80, $100, but you get like a towel or a bobblehead or some shit that costs $1 from Alibaba or whatever. But it feels like, you got like a thing to hold to take with you, because when you're selling a service-based business, it's like you're just paying all this money and you're just like getting a visual, but you don't get anything, and it's like a weird thing for human beings, I feel like. So with RestorFX, you could, if you're charging 1,000, you can now charge 1,300 or 1,350, and then when they balk on the price, you say, oh, but that comes with this entire kit of all the, and now they're like, oh, I'm getting all of this too, because they're like, okay, if I go online, I got to figure out what to buy, where to buy it. That's going to cost me like $300-400, like a few $100, and say start doing the math. They're like, okay, it's not that bad. You can always take it out. You could always be like, if you got all your own stuff, you got a garage full of stuff, like I'll take $300 off, and they're like, oh shit, okay, so and then it's back to the normal price. But just super important to have that. But I've basically noticed giving them something makes a big difference.
Try selling them on Denson and be like, oh, you got to get this Dent Pro sticker.
Right. Yeah. I got to do something. I got to give him something.
Give you an air freshener, dude. Get you a Dent Pro air freshener.
Something. Make the sting of the $600 go away. But upselling, cross-selling, all that stuff, I mean, that's not something. This is a newer thing for us, I think, and most businesses. Like 2 years ago, I was just like, basically, I can do PDR. Like I can fix your dent, If you have scratches, I can't do it. If you have touch up, I can't do it. If you got all this stuff, and no. And now it's like, now it's just different experience. Like you built trust with people, you get the Google reviews. We're at 1,100 now, which is like just
We've been flooding them. They've been getting in, dude. It's awesome.
hands down with one of the best things ever done for the business. Having that many reviews is just, people mention it on a daily basis. But you build trust, you have the Google reviews, you have the social proof, you have all that stuff, and then customers come in and they don't even fully know exactly what they're wanting, you know? And I'm like, well, that's fine. Like I can walk you through all the different options of what we can give you, and you can pick what you want. Some customers are like, you know, the budget isn't as big a deal. So they're like, I'll do the dents, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do everything. Great. We had a customer the other day that like today, an '08 Highlander, 120,000 miles, nicer, older lady, doesn't want to sell her car because like car prices of buy a new Highlander is $70,000 and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to, you know, and it's 120,000 on a Highlander. It's like freaking new engine basically. And it's going to go for, and so she had a budget. She came in for dents. She was like, I noticed all these little dents or whatever. And so we were like about $600 for all the like Dordings kind of all over the car. It was like kind of panel pricing. We'll just clean it all up. And then I talked to her about all the other options of this, and her budget ended up being like 1,100. She's like, that's my pain point, basically $1,100. And I'm like, okay, well, what we decided on was like, just do full RestorFX paint touch up and headlights, and don't even do the dents. Like bang for the buck. Like just shine up the whole car, make it look good. Every time you walk up to it, you're going to be way happier with it. Down the road, if you want to get the dents fixed, we can always do those next month when you get your next check or whatever, you know? And so just having options like that was kind of like a weird one because I didn't really upsell her, but I did. I turned it from 600 to 1,100, but I just took away the dents. But
it's actually smart because now that her car looks so good,
she's gonna see like, those dents better too.
Yeah, and
they're gonna bug her even more.
Like, man, yeah, my car looks so good. I need to get those dents fixed. So that's awesome that it worked out.
And when it's super doled out and stuff, you can't really see the dents that well. But like after the RestorFX, they're gonna really stand out. You know, so it'll be
excited about your car again. You know what I mean? Like you're excited it's so shiny and all this stuff. If you fix a dent, your car's still dull. It's kind of like, you know, it really didn't get much. But I like the way that worked out.
Yeah, and it's good. And it's just options. And it's like that builds so much trust with the customer. She's gonna tell everybody. She has all these friends, all these older people. They live in the community down the street from us. Like that's just like I did not sell her on any specific thing. I just brought her in, discussed all the options, gave her what fit best for her, and I'm like, cool, I'll do that for you. You know, she's like, you're so honest, blah blah. And I was being honest. I was just like, she's like, okay, because I was like, dent repair, I'm like paint bumper, all this stuff. It was like super expensive, and she's like, I was thinking like $1,000, and I'm like, okay, bang for buck, do this. This is what you should do. Like that's my opinion. I'll take all this other stuff off there. What else can you ask for? I mean, that's, you know, what else can you ask for? People will trust you. They come into your business. They ask you what they should do to their car. Sometimes it fits in a budget. Sometimes it doesn't. And then they say yes. Like that's.
You don't always have to be or hire a sleazy salesman to work for you like a dealership. You can just like give people their options and just work with them on that, you know?
Yeah. 100%. So yeah, the upsell, the cross sell, and it would be nice to, you know, at a certain point, like to have like a display with detail products, and people will just come back and buy detail products. So more people that are coming through your place buying stuff from you, you know, they're gonna come back and buy a detail product and also have a dent. It's just gonna happen. This is gonna happen, you know. So I got another customer who again repainting too. So you know, we're probably the only company in Sacramento now that will basically give you any option from your car, all the way to fix a door ding, all the way to repaint it, you know, handle insurance claims, put a door on it, whatever you got to do. And so we have another customer who had a Toyota Tacoma and they wanted RestorFX, but they brought the car in, but the roof is completely burned off, you know? And I'm like, well, this is what I would do. Like if the roof's burned, the rest of it's going soonish, you know, year or two, right? So I'm like, we repainted the roof, and the price to do that, or this is coming in next week, is like $1,100 to repaint the roof, and the entire rest of the car for RestorFX is $1,000. So I'm like, this is why you don't want to let this happen to the rest of your car. One panel, $1,000. All the rest of the panels, you know, same price or a little bit less. So having options for the customer. You go to a body shop, they're going to be like, yeah, we can repaint the whole thing.
The whole thing.
You know, but like, that's $8,000, $10,000. Like, So just having options is like, it's just like, it's such a great thing. It's such a good spot to be in business, you know.
Oh man, I wonder if I guess this is a soft subject, but like
It's all good.
hail damage happens. You have a comprehensive policy. Like, has anybody ever tried claiming like oxidation damage? And been
I don't
like,
know.
hey man, like it's an act of nature, right?
Yeah, the comprehensive claim. Yeah,
Yeah,
like if yeah, active nature is like a tree or hail damage, but what about the sun?
right, right. I'm
That's
gonna
it.
ask an insurance adjuster next time I have
Interesting,
this
dude.
up. I know, right? Because
That
how much
is.
more insurance work could we get?
Well, I mean, yeah, if they bid on that, there's probably something. Yeah, that's interesting. It definitely is an act of nature.
I promise you in their clause, their appraisal
They
clause, it does
says
not
sun
state.
damage does not. You don't think so?
Oh, I know because I've read three of them in the past couple of
Yeah,
months. Like I've
that's
read
interesting.
three full appraisal, like the whole policy. So and they didn't say nothing about sun damage.
That's interesting. I'm like thinking through that right now, but I mean, I don't see. I mean, you could fight it. You could fight it. I mean, how is
You
hail? How is
just
hail? How is hail different than sun? Really?
right, right. And at that point, then man, we might be able to get restore effects like insurance jobs, like fuck, dude, as high as we need
That's
them to
interesting.
be.
Yeah. Huh. There's no way they would do it. There's no way. They'd be like, no, that doesn't count.
They might go back to their like superior and be like, have you ever like had a sun damage stream? And they're gonna be like, shit, man, we've been waiting for this for like many years, and then like
Right,
somebody
right.
finally figured it out, and then they have
That's
to pay it,
funny, dude. Until they like start writing it in policies.
right? And then new policies, yeah,
Yeah, but like so like insurance has like they have all these like ways to reduce it. Like if you get homeowners insurance, but if you have an alarm system, then it's
right, right,
cheaper. Or if you have a
right,
gate, it's cheaper. So it's like you can get cheaper in car insurance if you have ceramic coating.
right, right.
Because
Or you
that
got
would
or you've had your car like restore effects, right, or
or
something
or
like that.
ceramic, yeah. If you could
Yeah,
say like you could have these like criterias to like make it cheaper, because that would be fascinating to like because like I've had people like ADT or whatever sell me an alarm system like, oh, it'll make your insurance less, and it's not like
yeah,
equivalent. It saves
right.
like $12 on insurance or something stupid, and they cost like $100 a month. But it's like it again, it helps the brain to be like, okay, I'll get cheaper insurance if I get a ceramic coating. I wanted one anyways. Now here's my excuse type of thing. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think we just opened up a new portal.
That's interesting. We'll see.
I'm gonna
Oh
find out soon, actually.
yeah, yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun to try,
We'll talk.
honestly.
I'll try to remember to talk about that on the next podcast, is to like update y'all on
Yeah.
where that's gone.
Yeah, that's funny. My one of my techs has a like an old car that they're about to sell. It's still insured. Uh, like an old Highlander. It's got sun damage all over the place. I wonder if he should try it. Be interesting. At least call him and say, hey, like the sun destroyed my paint. I need it repainted. Like I'm just gonna
Just
put
let
a
them
claim
know,
in.
like, for sure they're gonna say no at first, but be like,
Yeah.
man, I read through my policy and I don't see anything in there
I don't see
that
anything. It
like,
says like the sun, it says active nature. So I mean, is the
yeah.
sun not nature? Are you saying global warming's not real? Pull the California card on them.
Oh, dude,
Oh man.
this could
Oh,
be
what a
fun.
time. We're
Record
gonna have to
those
try
phone
this.
calls.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have to try this. Damn, that's
yeah.
fun. Well, yeah. So CRM system, new products, upselling, cross-selling, RestorFX, having options. I mean, what else? What else is there? That's business right there.
Yeah, that's your business in a box, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I will say, like, I don't have any like foresight on this or anything, but I know that when I signed up for RestorFX, I paid a certain price. Now, other people that are signing up for RestorFX are paying more for their license. So I'd imagine when they have the CRM system and all the new products and all that stuff, at some point it's going to be, even more expensive to sign up for an exclusive license. So,
Right.
uh, the sooner you're ready to add this to your business, the better. That's what I would say. But I have no reason to assume that they're going to keep raising the price, but that's just my assumption. That's my thought process on it.
Well, they're definitely offering more than they were offering when we first got on, right? So it's
Yeah.
just that's
And
inevitable.
I know recently, like I've been 3.5 years, and I know the newer ones are paying more than I paid. So
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
right.
You know?
Should have bought it 5 years ago.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I got. Enjoy your fishing.
I'm gonna try. It's hot. It's like 160 degrees out here right now.
It's actually been pretty mild in California, which is crazy.
Oh, not
Yeah.
here. The fucking grass is burning.
Yeah. And it's humid too, right? I'm assuming
Yes,
always. Yeah.
98% humidity.
All right, man. Stay tuned.
So,
Next one comes out is gonna probably be a Mobile Tech RX episode.
yeah.
I think it'll be. I don't want to say it. It's gonna be a good one though, because there's another new thing that's coming out from Mobile Tech RX. Did I say RestorFX? Another new thing that's coming out from Mobile Tech RX that's gonna change the game is. I think that's gonna be the next podcast. So that'll be really cool. So
We
if you don't
can't
follow
wait.
it, follow it. Pay attention, guys.
Yep.
All right. Until next time.
All right.
See ya. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Masters of Recon podcast. If you're getting value from this podcast, then please subscribe to the show and give us a review so others can find our show as well. And if you haven't joined the discussion yet, then go find us over at Masters of Recon Facebook group to join the weekly discussion. See you all next time.